Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Tipti Kulkarni, lecturer, Department of Physics, KLS Kukai PU College, Belgavi. In continuation with my earlier video on second chapter electrostatic potential and capacitance, this is my sixth lecture from the same chapter. In this video, I am going to discuss few concepts from the same chapter. Let us begin with parallel plate capacitor. Okay, so in the last video we discussed what is capacitor. Capacitor is nothing but it is a device or the component. Okay, it is also called a passive component. So which was invented by Ewald George von Kleist. Ewald George von Kleist. Okay. So capacitor is a device where we store the charges or electrical energy. Okay. So based on that capacitor or the parallel plate capacitor, we are going to learn one small derivation. Let us understand first what is parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor consists of two metal plates parallel to each other and separated by a small distance. Okay. So metal plates means what? Definitely conductors. Okay. So two conductors, if they are aligned parallelly, if they are separated by certain distance, such plates are called parallel plate capacitors. Okay. Next one, based on this parallel plate capacitor, we are going to learn one derivation, small derivation. Expression for capacitance of parallel plate capacitor without a dielectric medium. Okay, we understood what is parallel plate capacitor. The next one, dielectric medium means what? Dielectric medium means it is a insulating material or the medium. So it may be a vacuum, solid, liquid or gas. Okay, it can be any type. Okay, suppose if we consider the solids, okay, then paper, plastic, mica, these are the examples for the solids. Suppose if we consider the liquid, water, oil, etc. If we consider the gas, then nitrogen, etc. Okay, these are what? These are the few examples for dielectric medium. Okay. So we are going to learn the parallel plate capacitor without dielectric medium or in absence of dielectric medium. So these two lines, parallel line shows what? They are the metal plates. Okay. These are the two metal plates where the electric field line is present. This is the direction of the electric field and it is denoted by E. Positive and negative charges are accumulated on the surface of the conductor. Small d shows the distance between the two plates. Okay. Then A is the area of each plate. A is what? Area of both the plates. Okay. So now one plate, here I shown the grounding. Okay. So this plate is connected to the ground. What is grounding? Already we studied in the first chapter. Sharing of extra charges is called grounding. Okay. So D is the distance, E is the electric field, and we know the rule or the property where the electric field lines are always moving from positive to negative or positive to infinity. Okay. So this is the direction of uniform electric field. Consider a parallel plate capacitor of capacitance C as shown in the figure. So this is about the parallel plate capacitor. Okay. So D is the distance between the plates, A is the area of each plate, E is the uniform electric field. Let Q be the charge on the capacitor. So this is D, this is A, area of each plate. E is uniform electric field. For this plate also area is the same, A. Okay. Then next, Q is the charge and V be the potential difference between the plates, and here sigma be the surface density of charge, which we already learned this in the first chapter. Okay. We have C is equal to Q by V. Call it as equation number 1. We already studied C is equal to Q by V. So capacitance of capacitor we learnt. From that we have understood this expression. So C is equal to Q by V. C is capacitance, Q is the charge, V is the potential difference. According to our convenience, we have to call or we have to give the numbers. So this is equation number 1. Next one, electric field between the plates is given by, so E is equal to V by D. This expression also we discussed in the beginning of this chapter. So please go through that derivation. So E is equal to V by D. So V is the potential difference, D is the distance between the plates, E is electric field. So now call it as equation number 2. And E is equal to sigma by 2 into epsilon naught plus sigma by 2 into epsilon naught for two thin charge plates. So this expression also we discussed in the Gaussian theorem. Okay. So from the Gaussian theorem we have to consider, because we are considering here two thin plates, okay, metal plates. That is the reason we have to apply Gaussian theorem application. Okay, we have to use that expression for this derivation. Then E is equal to sigma by 2 into epsilon naught plus sigma by 2 into epsilon naught. If we add these two values, how much we will get? 2 sigma divided by 2 into epsilon naught, right? So 2 get cancels. What is the answer? E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Okay. Now you just carefully see equation 2 and equation 3. Are they not for electric field? Both are for electric field. LHS side, this is E. LHS side here also E. Next step, E is equal to, or on comparing equation 2 and 3, on comparing equation 2 and 3 means, so here equation, this is equation 2 and this is equation 3. So if we compare both these two equations, then what we get? So V by D is equal to sigma divided by epsilon naught. Okay, both are for E only. So for that reason we have to consider here in this way. We are comparing the equations 2 and 3, both the equations. Okay, then V by D is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Then next step, cross multiply this D. Okay, or you shift this D towards RHS side. Then implies, is it not V is equal to sigma D by epsilon naught? If we multiply this D with this RHS factor, then is it not V is equal to sigma D by epsilon naught? Okay. So call it as equation number 4. Next step, equation 4 in equation 1. What is equation number 1? Equation 1 is nothing but C is equal to Q by V. So we have to substitute equation 4 in the equation 1. Okay. So after substituting equation, okay, 4 in 1, then C is equal to Q by V. So instead of V, what is equation 4? Sigma D upon epsilon naught. Substitute the V value here. Okay. Next step, simplify. C is equal to Q into epsilon naught divided by sigma D. After simplification, we will get this answer. Okay. Call it as equation number 5. But what is the sigma? Sigma is equal to Q by A. Already we discussed this relation in first chapter. Surface density of charge upon area. So then what is Q from this expression? Q is equal to sigma into A. Sigma into A. Substitute this Q value in equation number 5. Therefore, equation 5 implies C is equal to, instead of Q, sigma A we have to substitute epsilon naught as it is and denominator value as it is. Okay. So here sigma get cancels. What is remaining? A into epsilon naught A into epsilon naught or epsilon naught into A divided by D. So C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D. So this is the final expression for capacitance of a parallel capacitor without a dielectric medium, if dielectric medium is not present. Okay. Suppose one more interesting factor we are going to learn here. If dielectric medium, if it is present, then how we have to write? Is it not possible to write the parallel plate capacitor expression? Definitely we can write. So C is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon R into A divided by D. Then what is this epsilon R and epsilon naught? Epsilon naught is permittivity of free space. Epsilon R is relative permittivity of the medium between the plates, and A is the area of the plate, D is the distance between the plates. Okay. So we discussed already this expression, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon R. Okay. So this is very, very important relation. So where epsilon is nothing but what? It is absolute permittivity. Absolute permittivity. Okay. Based on the derivation, we can study some factors. Okay. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor depends on which factors? Okay. Number one, capacitance of parallel plate capacitor is directly proportional to the area of each plate. If area increases, then capacitance increases. Okay. Inversely proportional to the distance between the plates. Inversely proportional to the distance between the plates. Just go through this expression. C is directly proportional to A, C is inversely proportional to D. Suppose if we increase the area, C increases. If we increase the distance, C decreases, because inversely proportional. If we increase the dielectric medium, okay, the epsilon naught and epsilon R dielectric medium, then C also increases. Okay. So third one, directly proportional to the dielectric constant of the medium between the plates. How can you increase the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor? By increasing the area, by decreasing the distance between the plates, and if we increase or if we use high dielectric constant, okay, between the plates, then also we can increase the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor. Okay. Now it is a time for quiz. So based on the same video, I have prepared few questions which are very easy and simple. Question number 1, increase in the area of the plates dash increases. Second one, decreasing the distance between the plates dash increases. Third one, dash is the expression for parallel plate capacitor in absence of dielectric medium. Okay, dielectric medium. First answer, capacitance. Second one also capacitance. Third one, C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D. So this is in absence of dielectric medium. Suppose if they ask in presence of dielectric medium, then what is the answer? C is equal to epsilon naught epsilon R A divided by D is the answer. I hope I have cleared all the doubts from the same video. Okay. So if you need further questions and answers from the second chapter, please go through the link given below. Thank you.